Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Matlock Messer Stadium here at Earlham College in Richmond, Indiana. I am Gerardo Byrne bringing you today's women's soccer. Your Earlham Quakers taking on the Marietta College Pioneers. Both teams coming in, Earlham 3-1, Marietta 2-1. Marietta checking out their pregame stats, coming in with a very solid defense, only allowing 1 goal in their first 3 games of the season while scoring 5. And then looking at the Earlham Quakers coming in with a strong offense to start out the seasons in their first 4 games, scoring 3 goals in 3 of the games and 2 goals in the first game of the year, with a total of 11 goals coming into today's matchup. So we was having a very exciting game between a very stout defense and a very strong offense of the Quakers. This is the pregame brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear. We are 12 minutes away from opening kickoff, again, between Earlham Quakers and the visiting Marietta College Pioneers. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back here, we will scout the Marietta Pioneers, looking at their first 3 games of the season and the stats coming into today's matchup.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boy's Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boy's Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. We are 10 minutes away from the start of this match between the Earlham Quakers and the Marietta College Pioneers. We're going to take a look at the Pioneers so far in this young season, seeing how they fared out in their first 3 games. Looking at their statistics, as I mentioned, they come into today's matchup 2-1, lost their opening game versus the College of Worcester 0-1, down a 2-game win streak. St. Vincent College, they won 4-0, and then their last game this past Saturday against Waynesburg University, they took that game 1-0. And as I mentioned, in all 3 games, a total of 1 goal given up by the Pioneers. And let's look at some more of their stats. On shot attempts, they are 5 out of 41, but holding their opponents to 1 out of 25, giving up only 0.33 goals per game. Shot percentage by the Pioneers is .122 compared to their opponents of .040. Shot on goals attempt by Marietta, 26 out of 41. Might be last year. Corner kicks coming into today's matchup, 11 by the Pioneers and only 7 given up to their opponents. No penalty kicks. Only 4 yellow cards so far in the season by the Pioneers. Looking at their first half and second half stats, they have scored 2 goals in the first half of their first 3 games and 3 in the second half. So just based on those stats alone, seems like they get stronger coming into the second half. They averaged 22 shots in the first half and 19 total, not average, total 22 shots in the first half of this of a game in the season and 19 in the second half. Total of 16 saves by their goalkeepers, and have had 6 corners in the first half and 5 in the second half in their first 3 ball games. And coming into today's matchup, they are coached by Sean Kagan in his first season as the head coach of the Pioneers, 2015 grad out of the University of Toledo. Well, that is the scouting report on the Pioneers. When we come back, we will have the scouting report on your Earlham Quakers. We are 7:50 away from the opening kickoff on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will be right back.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. Still 5 minutes away from opening kickoff. We had just took a look at the Pioneers of Marietta College. Now we're going to take a look at the scouting report for the Earlham Quakers. As I mentioned before, coming in 3-1, having won 2 straight. They have scored 3 goals in 3 out of the 4 games, and actually in 3 straight games they have put up 3 goals and put up 2 in their first win against Muskegum. Their last game this past Saturday, a 3-0 win over Illinois College, and a total of 11 goals in this young season so far. Take a look at some more statistics. They have had 64 shots in this season, a .156 shooting percentage, and are averaging 16 shots a game, 35 shots on goal, a shot on goal percentage of .547. 10 assists, 18 corner kicks, and only 2 yellow cards, and have had 2 shutouts coming into today's matchup. Earlham facing a very tough Marietta Pioneers team, and then after today's matchup, they will be on the road at Wilmington. This Saturday they will be at Principia College on Saturday. Then we'll be on the road next Wednesday at Wilmington, and we'll be back at home the next Saturday against Mount Mary College. So that is the scouting report on your Earlham Quakers. The Quakers are coached by Chad Harden in his 4th season, and a 2000 grad from the University of Indiana. Assistant coach Gilberto Pineda and Ashley Sacco sits. We are 3.5 minutes away from the start of today's matchup. When we come back, we'll go over the starters, and I'll also bring up the future games for the Pioneers as well. 3.5 minutes remaining on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will be back in just a few moments.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Looking for the home of your dreams? This spacious property offers over 4,600 square feet of living space, featuring 5 bedrooms with 3 full and 1 half bathroom. This property is currently listed for under $270,000. For more information or to schedule a showing, please contact the listing team.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. We are a few moments away from opening kickoff. We're going to go over the starting lineups for each of the teams, starting with the Marietta College Pioneers. So starting at goalkeeper will be number 1, Katie Conkle, number 5, France Moyes, number 6, Jordan Stewart, number 8, Kelsey Carver, number 9, Embry Roberts, number 12, Jasmine Hauser, number 15, Alyssa Leonard, number 17, Mackenzie Dorr, number 20, Chloe Williams, number 23, Amanda Augustinziak, and number 27, Gracie Tate. Will round out the starters for the Marietta Pioneers. Now let's look at the starters for the Earlham Quakers. Starting at goalkeeper will be 00, Mel Johnson. Number 2, Aaron Welsh. Number 3, Jenna Hay. Number 6, Kaylee Hall. Number 9, Hannah Wallhauser. Number 13, Yulie Spade. Number 14, Tess Cunningham. Number 16, Jen Duyer. Number 17, Jordy Blackburn. Number 20, Haley Beal. And number 23, Raven McCree will round out the starting lineup for your Earlham Quakers. Teams are going to take the field, announce the starters, and play the national anthem. When we come back, the game will be underway on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will be back in just a few moments.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
I got this. I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hope, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you. For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. We are set to get the game underway between the Earlham College Quakers and the Marietta College Pioneers. As I mentioned, teams coming in, the Quakers are 3-1, winners of 2 straight. Also, the Marietta Pioneer College, 2-1, also winners of 2 straight. And as I said earlier in pregame, the Pioneers have only given up 1 goal on this young season, while the Quakers have scored 11. So a very strong Quaker offense going up against a strong Pioneer defense. So we are excited to see this matchup. As I mentioned, for the Pioneers, first-year head coach Sean Kagan, a 2015 graduate out of the University of Toledo. And for the Quakers, coached by Chad Harden in his 4th season with the Quakers. Teams are on the field, and the game is set to get underway. The Quakers will have first kickoff, and number 9, Hannah Wallhauser, is set to kick it off for the Quakers. 45 minutes on the clock for the first half. Game start time at 4:06. And as soon as the ref gives the cadence, and as he does, the game is underway. Hannah will kick it off to Yuli Spade. Back to Kaylee Hall, who will pass it over to number 16, Jennifer Dewyer. That ball will be kicked out of bounds. Throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. On the Pioneer side of the field, number 6, Jordan Stewart. Nice deal from Jordan Blackburn. Haley Beal with the pass to Jordan Blackburn, approaching the 18, but nice kick by number 23, Amanda Augustiniak. Still on the Pioneer side of the field, dribbling number 12, Jasmine Hauser. Raven McCree is there, and she will kick it out of bounds. So Hauser will throw it in for the Pioneers. 44 minutes remaining in the first half. And actually the ref said it was last touch by the Pioneers. So Aaron Welsh for the Quakers will throw it in. Off of the head of number 6, Jordan Stewart. So another throw-in coming in for Welsh and the Quakers. Welsh looking for Cunningham. Hauser will pass it to Cunningham, and Cunningham is looking for Jenna Hay, but nice defense from number 15, Eliza Leonard. Jordan Blackburn just outside the 18 will give it to Haley Beal, who was trying to pass it right back, but nice defense from Augustiniak. Near the midfield circle on the Pioneer side of the field. In a battle, Jenna Hay and number 8, Kelsey Carver. Carver looking, but Kaylee Beal is there, and she will pass it to her goalkeeper, Mel Johnson, who will kick it out of play. Throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. Carver will throw it in. Near the corner on the Quaker side of the field. Throw is into the 18. Nice defensive play from Jennifer Dewyer, who gives it to Jenna Hay. Tess Cunningham finds Julie Spades, who looks up, but off of the knee of Augustiniak. It goes out of bounds, so a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Jennifer Dewyer will do the honors. 42-32 remaining in the first half. Off the shoulder of number 6, Jordan Stewart, so another throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Dewyer looking for Jenna Hay, but off the head of the Pioneer defender, so another throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Dewyer finds Blackburn, who will pass it back to Dewyer. On the Pioneer side of the field, possession battle between Blackburn and number 5, France Moyes. The Pioneers kicking on the Quakers side of the field. It will roll to the goalkeeper, Mel Johnson. 41-46 remaining in the first half. The kick from Mel Johnson off the head of Carver. On the Quakers side of the field, McCree will pass it to Aaron Welsh, who will find Jordan Blackburn. Welsh will pass it up ahead looking for Wallhauser, but off of number 9, Embry Roberts for the Pioneers. Now back on the Quakers side, McCree and number 20, Chloe Williams, in a battle for possession. Ball will go out of bounds, and the throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. Just outside the 18, Dewyer is there for the Quakers. She passes it ahead to Jenna Hay. Across to the Pioneer side of the field, Augustiniak is there for the Pioneers. Off the head of Dewyer, number 6, Jordan Stewart is there in a possession battle with Dewyer. Hannah Wallhauser is looking for Haley Beal, but nice defensive play from number 5, France Moyes, who will pass it back to Augustiniak. Dribbling for the Pioneers, number 15, Alyssa Leonard. Tess Cunningham will pass it to Jenna Hay, looking for Blackburn. But once again, the defense from the Pioneers comes up with possession. And the ball will be kicked out of bounds by the Pioneers. A throw in for Aaron Welsh and the Quakers coming up. Welsh will find Jordan Blackburn, but France Moyes is there for the Pioneers in a possession battle with Blackburn, who will pass it back to Welsh. Yuli Spade will have the ball taken from her by number 17, Mackenzie Dorr, who passes it on the cross side of the field to number 8, Kelsey Carver. Dribbling into deep Quaker territory with Jennifer Dewyer in front of her. Now those two in a possession battle in the deep corner. Ball will go out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for the Quakers coming up. 39-35 remaining in the first half. Mel Johnson will have her first goal kick in today's matchup. Mel Johnson, the freshman out of Indianapolis, went to Warren Central High School. Kick bounces near the midfield circle. Number 12, Jasmine Hauser. Hannah Wallhauser will head it to number 20, Haley Beal. And a foul called against the Quakers. So a kick coming for the Pioneers, just shallow of the midfield line on their side of the field. Number 9, Embry Roberts, will pass it to Augustiniak. Roberts will dribble it into the Quaker territory. Will pass it to number 6, Jordan Stewart. And was looking, and will find number 8, Kelsey Carver, dribble into the corner on the Quaker side of the field. Jenna Hay and Carver in the possession battle. Kicks it into the box, and Mel Johnson will come out and grab the ball for the Quakers. 38-15 remaining in the first half. Mel Johnson with the kick, and it will bounce near midfield. Wallhauser and Roberts in the possession battle. The ball did slide out of bounds, and the referee points that it will be a throw-in for the Pioneers. Roberts will throw it in to Augustiniak, who will pass it to number 15, Alyssa Leonard. Leonard dribbling, and will find number 8, Kelsey Carver, who passes it to number 27, Gracie Tate. On the Quaker side of the field, Tess Cunningham comes up with possession. She finds Haley Beal, who will then pass it to Hannah Wallhauser. Ball still on the Quaker side of the field. McCree will kick it into the Pioneer territory. Blackburn and Roberts in a foot race for possession. And Roberts will kick it out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. On the Pioneer side of the field, near the corner, Aaron Welsh will throw it in for the Quakers. 37 minutes remaining in the first half. Welsh throws it to Blackburn, looking for Beal in a foot race with Roberts. Ball still in play. Roberts and Welsh in a possession battle. Welsh will throw it in. That was Roberts and Beal in a possession battle. Aaron Welsh throws it into Yuli Spade. Ball ends up with Tess Cunningham, and she will pass it across to Jennifer Dewyer. Ball is still on the Pioneer side of the field. Dewyer gets by Carver. Dewey's kick. She gets by Carver once again. Does she save it from going out of bounds? She does, approaching the box. And a slide kick coming from Carver. It will go out of bounds, and a corner kick coming up for the Quakers. Number 3, Jenna Hay will kick it for the Quakers. 36-10 remaining in the first half. The kick from Jenna Hay, it will be caught by the goalkeeper, Katie Conkle. For her first grab in today's action, she will roll it to Roberts, who passes it to Moyes. But a nice defensive play from Haley Beal, and a foul called on the play. So a kick coming up for the Quakers. number 6. Kaylee Hall will do the honors for the Quakers. And her kick rolls right to number 17, Mackenzie Dorr. Tess Cunningham comes up with possession. She finds Hannah Wallhauser. Haley Beal approaching the 18, finds Jenna Hay. They are in the 18, and the shot from Hay goes over the goal. And it will be a goal kick coming up for the Pioneers. So first shot for the Quakers over the goal. Conkle will have a goal kick for the Pioneers. Still on the Pioneer side of the field, Carver will pass it to Moyes. Yuli Spade and Dorr in a possession battle. Carver will kick it ahead, looking and finds number 27, Gracie Tate, but Erin Welsh comes in and kicks it to her goalkeeper, Mel Johnson. Nice defensive play from Erin Welsh right there. 34-17 remaining in the first half. Mel Johnson's kick goes past the midfield line off of Wallhauser, who's in a possession battle now with number 6, Jordan Stewart. Now Beal and Stewart in a possession battle, and Stewart will pass it to Carver, who will dribble on the far right side of the field into the Quaker side of the field. But nice defensive play from Jenna Hay. Pioneer still with possession. A whistle on the play and a foul called against number 20, Haley Beal. So Jordan Augustiniak will kick it for the Pioneers. She will pass it to number 9, Embry Roberts, who dribbles it onto the Quaker side of the field. And she will kick it straight to the goalkeeper, Mel Johnson. Not sure if she was trying to shoot it or trying to communicate with one of her teammates to get there, but either way, Mel Johnson ends up with it, and she will throw it to Jennifer Duyer, who passes it ahead looking for Wallhauser, but Augustiniak is there for the Pioneers. So far, that stout defense we talked about for the Pioneers is showing off. Goalkeeper Conkle will pass it out just off the foot of Blackburn, but right to number 12, Jasmine Hauser, who kicks it ahead to number 20, Chloe Williams. Frankie Moyes approaching the box, and a slide tackle from number 23, Raven McCree, to kick it out of bounds. And a corner kick coming up for the Pioneers, their first corner kick in today's matchup. And number 17, Mackenzie Dorr, will corner kick for the Pioneers. 32-30 remaining in the first half. Dorr's kick off of Tess Cunningham right back to Dorr outside the 18. She will find Moyes. And handball called against Moyes. And the Quakers will have the kick outside of the 18. Kaylee Beal will pass it to Erin Welsh. And Kaylee Hall. Ball is kicked out of bounds. Throw in coming in for the Pioneers. The throw in by the Pioneers off of Williams. Ball sails out of bounds. Throw in coming in for the Quakers. Erin Welsh will throw it in, looking for Wallhauser, but off the head of Hauser, saved by Haley Beal. Haley Beal passes it ahead. Wallhauser and Roberts in a possession battle. Roberts will kick it out of bounds. Another throw-in coming in for the Quakers. France Moyes intercepts the throw-in. And Moyes will kick it onto the Quaker side of the field. McCree and Williams in a foot race. Williams in front of McCree will find Gracie Tate. Her and Kaylee Hall in a possession battle. Inside the 18, the kick from Tate straight to the goalkeeper, Mel Johnson, who makes the grab. 30-40 remaining in the first half. The kick from Johnson goes way past the midfield line. off of Augustiniak in a foot race with Blackburn, and she will head it to her goalkeeper, Conkle, who will throw it into number 15, Alyssa Leonard. Ball will be kicked out of bounds by the Pioneers, and the throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Jennifer Dewyer will throw it into Blackburn. Augustiniak with the header. On the Pioneer side of the field, Hannah Wallhauser approaching the 18, and her shot will sail behind the goal, and it will be out of bounds, and a goal kick coming for the Pioneers. Conkle will kick it and instead pass it to Roberts just outside of their own 18. Roberts with the pass to Tate. Ball will be kicked out of bounds, and a throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. Roberts will throw it in. Roberts throws it into France Moyes, who will pass it back to Roberts. It is on the Pioneer side of the field. Augustiniak will pass it back to Roberts. Roberts will dribble it. Nice defensive play from Tess Cunningham, who gains possession of the ball, passes it to Hannah Wallhauser, who tries to give it back to Cunningham, but nice defensive play from the Pioneers. Yulie Spade comes away with it, passes it to Blackburn. Hannah Wallhauser will pass it to Cunningham. On the Pioneer side of the field, Aaron Welsh. France Moyes now in a possession battle with Aaron Welsh. Moyes is looking for Carver, but a nice defensive play from Jenna Hay. But right back, the possession goes to the Pioneers, number 15, Alyssa Leonard. And now a foul called against the Quakers. Carver dribbling, but nice steal from Jenna Hay. Now looking for Wallhauser in a foot race with Roberts, who kicks it out. Blackburn and number 12, Hauser, in a possession battle. Roberts now will pass it across to Leonard. Leonard will pass it to Carver. Ball still on the Pioneer side of the field. 27:50 remaining in the first half of action. Haley Beal comes away with it. Was looking for Wallhauser, but Wallhauser would have been called for offsides if she tried to pursue that. So Conkle would come out and pick it up. Conkle will roll it to Leonard. Jenna Hay takes the possession away from Leonard and passes it to Wallhauser. Roberts will kick it outside the 18, and it will roll out of bounds, and a corner kick is coming up for the Quakers. Jenna Hay will kick it for the Quakers for their second corner kick in today's matchup. No substitutions yet for either team. 27 minutes remaining in the first half. And as I said, Jenna Hay will kick it for the Quakers. And Jenna Hay's corner kick will be caught once again by the goalkeeper, Conkle, of the Pioneers. Conkle will throw it in to Carver. Ball will be kicked out of bounds. Throw in coming in for the Pioneers. Number 8, Kelsey Carver will throw it in. We'll throw it back to Leonard, who will pass it back to Augustiniak. And she will pass it to her goalkeeper, Conkle, who passes it out over the head of Blackburn. Jordan Stewart comes up with it, and she will pass it to Hauser, and it rolls off her foot out of bounds, and Aaron Welsh will throw it in. Ball is on the Pioneer side of the field. Off the chest of Wallhauser in a battle with Augustiniak, who will kick it out of bounds. So another throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Actually, a foul called on the play against the Pioneers. So a kick is coming for the Quakers just outside the 18. Number 17, Jordan Blackburn, will do the honors for the Quakers. The kick from Blackburn. Still inside the box. The shot from Haley Beal is saved by Conkle. Nice defensive play from Conkle and the Pioneers. And once again, seeing how effective their defense is and understanding why they've only given up 1 goal so far in their first 3 games of the season. 25 minutes remaining in the first half. Ball bounces off the head of Aaron Welsh right to Franz Moyes. Still on the Pioneer side of the field. It's been a while since we've seen the ball in the 18 on the Quaker side of the field. Augustiniak will pass it to number 6, Jordan Stewart. Leonard will give it to Dorr. And Carver will pass it ahead, but it bounces right to Aaron Welsh looking for Spade. And Blackburn comes up with it in a possession battle now with Franz Moyes. Embry Roberts will pass it to Hauser, who will pass it back to Jordan Stewart. On the Pioneer side of the field, Alyssa Leonard passes ahead to Carver. Now being boxed out by Jennifer Dewyer. And the referee said that was out of bounds and a throw-in. And actually a foul called against the Pioneers. Kaylee Hall kicks it to the Pioneer side of the field. Embry Roberts is there and will pass it back to Augustiniak, who will pass it ahead to Dorr. Jenna Hay passes it to Wallhouse, who tried to give it back, but Augustiniak is there. And she will pass it ahead to Carver. Carver will dribble it up, but ends up losing it. Jenna Hay will take possession and pass it back to Kaylee Hall. And Haley Beal will pass it back to Raven McCree at the midfield line. Dorr will pass it back to Carver, now on the Pioneer side of the field. Franz Moyes, near the midfield circle, will pass it ahead. And Mel Johnson will come out and scoop the ball up for the Quakers. 23 minutes remaining in the first half. The kick from Johnson is way short, bounces near the midfield circle. The header from Blackburn will fall right to Embry Roberts, who kicks it ahead, and the only person there is Aaron Welsh for the Quakers. Welsh will pass it ahead to Blackburn, who will give it right back. Haley Beal will dribble onto the Pioneer side of the field and give it to Blackburn, who will pass it to Wallhauser and tries to give it back, but it rolls out of bounds and a throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. We have a lot of substitution ins, one for the Quakers. Jenna Hay will step out of the matchup, and number 26, Eva Lyon, will step on for her first action in today's matchup. And for the Pioneers, number 19, Kayla Tomlin will see her first action. Number 30, Emma Balaze will see her first action. Number 7, Kate Dries, also in the game for her first action. And right outside the 18, a shot by number 19, Kayla Tomlin, sails far right. And it will be a goal kick coming up for the Quakers. 21:30 remaining in the first half. And also in the matchup for their first action in today's game, number 21, Amelia Thompson. Johnson's kick will be cut off by number 20, Chloe Williams. But Kaylee Hall is there and will kick it ahead off the head of number 7, Kate Dries. Jennifer Dewyer passes it ahead, finds Wallhauser, who back kicks it to Lyon. Lyon dribbling onto the Pioneer side of the field, looking for Blackburn, but the defense from Embry Roberts is there. And now the Pioneers have possession and will kick it to the Quaker side of the field, but Jennifer Dewyer is there. And a collision between Dewyer and number 30, Emma Balaze. Augustiniak now back for the Pioneers inside the 18 of the Pioneers, and Augustiniak will kick it out of the box. Jennifer Dewyer is there, and she will give it to Haley Beal. Off of Lyon. Beal dribbling up on the Pioneer side of the field, approaching the 18. The whistle blows from the referee. And I believe a foul was called on the Pioneers. So a kick coming for the Quakers just outside the 18. Number 17, Jordan Blackburn, will do the honors for the Quakers. And her kick bounces off of the Pioneer defender and out of the 18. France Moy is now dribbling up for the Pioneers. Looks ahead for number 19, Kayla Tomlin, who's in a foot race with McCree, but Mel Johnson comes out and passes it out to Jennifer Dewyer. 19-18 remaining in the first half. Jennifer Dewyer will pass it ahead. Jordan Blackburn will pass it to Yuli Spade, crossing midfield into Pioneer territory. Spade still dribbling, looking for Aaron Welsh. Ball is inside the 18 in the foot race with Augustiniak, and Augustiniak will kick it out of bounds. And a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. And as a matter of fact, I think the new rule is when it's a certain degree outside, they get a mid-half water break, which will take a couple of minutes. So with 18:47 remaining in the first half, it is still 0-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will be back in just a few moments.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. 18:47 remaining in the first half. And as I said, when it's a certain temperature outside, the rule is midway through the first half or midway through each half, they get a 2-minute water break. And as that break is over, both teams set to come back onto the field. A couple of substitutions for the Quakers. Nicole Burkett, number 8, coming in for her first action. Number 12, Yana Miller, is also seeing her first action in today's matchup, and those are your subs for the Quakers. It will be a throw-in by the Quakers near the corner on the Pioneer territory on the right side of the field. Aaron Welsh will throw it in. And we will resume the first half of action. The throw-in from Welsh, looking for Miller, bounces off her chest. France Moyes is there in a battle with Cunningham, but Moyes comes away with it, dribbling out the 18. Gets cut off by Haley Beal, but Jordan Stewart is there for the Pioneers, who will pass it back to Embry Roberts. Hauser will pass it ahead. Aaron Welsh will cut off the pass. And Nicole Burkett, France Moyes will pass it ahead looking for Williams, but McCree is there and she will pass it back to her goalkeeper, Mel Johnson. And Mel Johnson will kick it out of bounds, and the throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. The ball is on the Quaker side of the field. Hauser will throw it in for the Pioneers. Embry Roberts will now pass it back the midfield line to Augustiniak, who will pass it back to Conkle, her goalkeeper. Conkle will kick it ahead off of Dewyer. Yana Miller is there for the Quakers, and a foul called against the Quakers. It will go on number 12, Yana Miller. Augustiniak will pass it looking for Williams, but it goes off the foot of Welsh. France Moyes is there, the header, but it goes straight to Nicole Burkett. And Augustiniak will kick it out of bounds, and another throw-in coming in for the Quakers. 17-13 remaining in the first half. Aaron Welsh will throw it in off of the head of Burkett. Tess Cunningham in a possession battle with number 30, Emma Balize. Aaron Welsh at the midfield line will pass it ahead to Burkett, but Embry Roberts comes up away with it, and she stepped out of bounds before the kick. So a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Aaron Welsh will throw it in. The throw-in from Welsh off the head of Balize. France Moyes and Yuli Spade dribbling into the Quaker territory, looking for number 19, Tomlin, who will pass it ahead to number 7, Kate Dries. And the kick will sail out of bounds to the right side of the goal, and a goal kick coming up for the Quakers and Mel Johnson. As I mentioned, Mel Johnson, a freshman out of Indianapolis, Warren Central High School. In her first week with the Quakers, she earned HCAC Defensive Player of the Week. Burkett at the midfield circle will pass it ahead, looking for Lyon in a foot race, and she is ahead inside the 18, Lyon. And Conkle will come out and grab the ball. And referee making sure Lyon is okay, and she is jogging and will stay in the matchup. Conkle will throw it out to Roberts. Hauser will pass it ahead off of Williams. And McCree, you can tell, a little hurt on that play in a foot race with Williams, but nice defensive battle from McCree. And she's trying to shake off that hit. And McCree will kick it out ahead to Yana Miller near the midfield line, but nice defensive play from Roberts. On the Quaker side of the field, will pass to Chloe Williams. Tess Cunningham for the Quakers will pass it to Jennifer Dewyer. Eva Lyon and number 21, Amelia Thompson, in the possession battle. Number 19, Tomlin and Hall in a possession battle. Jennifer Dewyer will pass it but cut off by Dries. Approaching the 18, Kaylee Hall will kick it out. Haley Beal is there. Nobody with possession. Jennifer Dewyer comes in and will pass it back to Kaylee Hall, who will kick it near the midfield line off of the head of Thompson. Tess Cunningham will pass it ahead, but Augustiniak is there for the Pioneers, and she will pass it back to her goalkeeper, Conkle. Embry Roberts will pass it ahead to Jordan Stewart. Eva Lyon will pass it to Haley Beal, and the shot from Beal is easily scooped up by Conkle. 13:30 remaining in the first half. Ball will go out of bounds, and a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Number 2, Aaron Welsh will throw it in for the Quakers. The throw-in off of Jordan Stewart, and Chloe Williams will come away with it. Passes to number 19, Kayla Tomlin. On the Pioneer side of the field, Jordan Stewart. Chloe Williams now in a battle with Cunningham. Haley Beal will have her pass cut off by number 12, Jasmine Hauser. Augustiniak will pass it to number 21, Amelia Thompson. Ball now on the Quakers side of the field. Nice defensive play from Dewyer, who gives it to Eva Lyon. Lyon will pass it up to Burkett. Yana Miller, now with possession for the Quakers, will pass it back out to number 2, Aaron Welsh. Welsh will pass it ahead to Miller inside the 18 in a foot race with Augustiniak. And ball will be out of bounds. It was off of Miller, so a goal kick coming up for Conkle and the Pioneers. Couple of substitutions for the Quakers. Raven McCree will come out, and number 21, Emma Jones, will see her first action. Number 16, Joey Lawwill will come in for the Pioneers, and also in seeing the first action in today's matchup, number 14, Callie Heft. France Moyes will pass it out to Embry Roberts. Roberts will pass it ahead to Lawwill. Lawwill and Haley Beal in a possession battle. Haley Beal will pass it out to Nicole Burkett. Augustiniak will find number 19, Kayla Tomlin. And Aaron Welsh will pass it back to her goalkeeper, Mel Johnson. Bad kick from Johnson. Tomlin is there and will be run into by Emma Jones. And no foul called on the play. So ultimately, Mel Johnson ends up with the scoop. Ball at midfield. Eva Lyon will dribble ahead, looking for Burkett, but nice defensive play by number 9, Embry Roberts. Thompson will pass it ahead to Moyes. France Moyes dribbling past Dewyer. Dewyer catches up, now in front of Moyes. Moyes passes ahead, looking for number 14, Callie Heft, but nice defensive play from Kaylee Hall, who will kick it out of bounds. Throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. Number 28, Emma Thomas, seeing her first action, coming in for number 9, Embry Roberts. Under 10 minutes remaining in the first half. The Pioneers throw in. Tess Cunningham intercepts it. Saves it from going out of bounds. Thomas, who just checked into the game, will pass it up ahead, and it will roll out of bounds. A throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Another substitution coming in for Earlham. Number 19, Sam Sendrowski, will see her first action in today's matchups. Coming in for number 13, Yulie Spade. Jennifer Dewyer will come in, or will do the throw-in for the Quakers. Another substitution for the Pioneers. Number 18, Natalie Baker, will come in for number 19, Kayla Tomlin. Ball still on the Quaker side of the field. At midfield, number 6, Jordan Stewart, trying to regain possession. She will dribble it up a little bit and will pass it to Thomas. Ball near the midfield circle. Number 30, Balize, will pass it ahead, looking for number 7, Kate Dries. Dries passes it to Heft, and the ball will be caught by Mel Johnson. 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Nice catch from Johnson. And Johnson's kick, a good one, sails past midfield right to Augustiniak for the Pioneers. Deanna Miller is there for the Quakers, but France Moise will intercept the pass. Number 7, Dries, will pass it ahead, looking for number 18, Natalie Baker, but nice defense from the Quakers. Ball on the Quakers side of the field. Aaron Welsh will kick it away. Jordan Stewart is there for the Pioneers. It is in Pioneer territory. Stewart will was trying to pass it to number 16, Joey Lawwell, but it did roll out of bounds, and Aaron Welsh will throw it in for the Quakers on the Pioneer side of the field. 7:40 remaining in the first half. The throw in from Welsh. It will be hit out of bounds off the Pioneer, so another throw in coming in for the Quakers. Welsh will throw it in. Sam Sandrowski will pass it ahead, looking for Lyon off the head. And Conkle will come out and grab it for the Pioneers and will throw it ahead to number 14, Callie Heft. Heft will pass it up ahead. Kaylee Hall is there for the Quakers, and it will be kicked out of bounds off the Pioneers, and a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. 6:50 remaining in the first half. Ball on the Quaker side of the field. Number 28, Thomas, will pass ahead, looking for number 16, Joey Lawwell. Number 18, Natalie Baker, in the corner, and she will kick it out of bounds, and a goal kick coming up for the Quakers. Mel Johnson will kick it off. 6 minutes approaching for the first half. Johnson's kick is short, off of Cunningham. In the midfield circle, Jordan Stewart is there near the midfield line. France Moise in front of Sandrowski, off of Sandrowski, right to Burkett. Haley Beal trying to get by Thomas. She will pass it to Burkett at the midfield line on Pioneer side of the field. Will pass it to Yana Miller, looking to give it back, but the Pioneer defender cuts it off. France Moise in a possession battle with Haley Beal, getting physical, and a whistle on the play. A foul called against France Moise and the Pioneers. So a kick coming up for the Quakers. Kaylee Hall will do the honors for the Quakers. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Kaylee Hall with the kick will pass it ahead to Haley Beal on the Pioneer side of the field. Her pass to Aaron Welsh off the head of Yana Miller. Yana Miller with the shot, and Conkle is there for the grab. 4:40 remaining in the first half. Conkle's kick, it's a pretty good one, right at midfield, off the head of Sandrowski. Line will head it to Yana Miller, but Jordan Stewart is there for the Pioneers. And a foul called against Miller and the Quakers. So a kick coming for the Pioneers. Augustiniak will pass it ahead to Jordan Stewart. Jordan Stewart's pass deflected off of Balizé. Jennifer Dewyer will dribble it past the midfield line for the Quakers, off of Cunningham. France Moise will dribble it past the midfield line, passes it ahead, looking for number 18, Natalie Baker, inside the 18, and tried to shoot it but didn't have the angle, and it will sail out of bounds. And another goal kick coming up for Mel Johnson and the Quakers. Under 3:40 remaining in the first half. And folks, remember, if you want to check out the live stats, you can go to goearlham.com to keep up. Callie Heft with the shot, and it will sail far right out of bounds. So another goal kick coming up for Mel Johnson and the Quakers. Give you a little taste of this first half stats, as Marietta only has one shot in today's matchup, and Earlham has 4. Mel Johnson with the kick short off of Callie Heft, just outside the 18 on the Earlham side of the field. Callie Heft will pass it to Baker, and her shot will sail out of bounds. And another goal kick coming up for the Quakers. Quakers better be careful. 2:40 remaining in the first half. But now the Pioneers are starting to get off a few more shots at the goal. Mel Johnson with the kick. It is another short kick off of Moise. Moise will take a shot, and Mel Johnson is there for the grab. So in the past few minutes, Mel Johnson has been put to work, and she has answered the call. And this kick is a good one. It will pass midfield. The Pioneers come up with possession. France Moise looking for Dries, but Jennifer Dewyer, the nice defensive play. Haley Beal now in the midfield circle, dribbles it to the midfield line, and her kick will sail to Conkle, the goalkeeper for the Pioneers, and she will pass it out to Jordan Stewart. Stewart dribbling will pass it to number 16, Joey Lawwill. Emma Jones will kick it out, and Stewart will kick it back. Aaron Welsh will pass it ahead, was looking for Burkett, but it sails to Augustiniak. 1:30 remaining in the first half. Augustiniak will pass it to Thomas at the midfield line. Lyon will pass it to Burkett. Jordan Stewart is there for the Pioneers. Jennifer Dewyer will give it to Beal. And a slide tackle from number 5, France Moise. No call on the play. Jen Dewyer will find Lyon, but a nice defensive play from Thompson. Nicole Burkett will kick it ahead, and Conkle will come out for the easy grab. We are under a minute remaining in the first half. Still a 0-0 game. Conkle with the kick off of Balizé. On the Pioneer side of the field, Eva Lyon. Augustiniak will kick it out to midfield off of Sandrowski. Haley Beal will come up with it and will pass it to Tess Cunningham, who will pass it to Dewyer. 25 seconds remaining in the first half. Dewyer with the kick ahead, I think was trying to pass it to Miller, but off the head of Augustiniak, and it will roll to Conkle. And with 10 seconds remaining in the first half, Conkle will kick it under 5 off of Aaron Welsh, and that should run out the clock, and it does. That is the first half bell, and that will bring an end to this first half, a 0-0 game between the Quakers and the Pioneers. And as I said just a few moments ago, you can go check out the first half stats at goearlham.com. We will read them to you for our halftime report. 15 minutes for halftime before the second half starts. It is a 0-0 game on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, and when we come back, we will read over the stats and what to expect in the second half.
Well, Coach, let's go back to last weekend. It's a new week. We'll get to this weekend in a couple of moments. Women played well. The men, probably a little improvement.
Yeah, on the women's side, it was great. So on Saturday, of course, we hosted our home tournament. So like I mentioned last week, is you always want to protect your home course. And we did that. We finished third in the tournament, which was, that was okay given the teams that they were there. But we smashed our school record on Saturday. We shot 340. Hannah Torsdahl came out strong with a 78, which was great. And then on Sunday, we actually broke the school record again that we set on Saturday. We shot 338 as a team. So it was really, really nice to see. I think the girls, they learned a lot about themselves this weekend, about what they're actually capable of doing on the course. And, of course, from a coaching standpoint, we always knew that they were capable of that. It was just them putting it into action. And through hearing them talk about how they assessed, the front nine to the back nine on Saturday, they made some huge improvements. And then obviously from Saturday to Sunday, they made improvements as well. So hearing them kind of assess the rounds themselves was really good, and that's what you want to see from a coach, is that their IQ and kind of their self-assessment level seemed to be really, really atoned this weekend. So I was really, really pleased and proud of them for how they performed this weekend.
Hey, when you get to the end of day one, I'm sure that in the back of your mind you're hoping it happens again in game two, or I should say day two, and sometimes it doesn't always play out that way. That had been a great thrill for you after Sunday.
Yeah, it was tee times on Saturday, so we could kind of see where they were all at after 9 holes. And some of them played really, really well on the front nine. But from a team standpoint, we were so much better on the back nine. So being able to gut out the round and to fight through some adversity from that front nine was great. But then also to kind of see where we could improve, what kind of happened. And even as well as Sunday's round went, you could see that there was, for example, Hannah and Emma, they'll tell you that they were extremely disappointed in their round on Sunday because of how they finished on the last 3 holes. They kind of struggled down the stretch, and our round could have even been lower on Sunday. So it's good to see that they know that they can play better, and we're looking forward to see what they take, the mindset they take into this weekend.
Talk about Hannah a little bit, and just how, as you mentioned, how she played, and is it becoming maybe for her kind of a leader on this team, and everybody kind of following her?
Yeah, both Hannah and Emma have been extremely gifted in their leadership the last 2 years. They've been captains for us the last 2 years. Where I've been more impressed was the fact that both of them went overseas and studied abroad last spring, and for them to come out and play as strong as they've had this fall, especially with not a lot of time to practice over the summer, that's awesome. For them to be able to perform this way in their last year wearing the maroon and white, I think, when the season's over with, they're going to be looking back on this for years to come, knowing that they gave everything to this program, and as a coach, you couldn't ask for more.
That's kind of unusual for that to happen. Golf is a game of habit, and if you're not in that habit, that's a hard thing to pick up and just say, let's go and play, and you're playing that well.
Yeah, even from the fall to the spring with the off season, those first few weeks, we're shaking off some of the rust. I think, we talked last week about how intense our preseason was. I think that helped a ton with them just being able to have a week long of just nothing but golf. And, of course, that first tournament of the fall, we were still shaking off some rust. But, we improved from last weekend to this past weekend. So, yeah, it's a game of habit, but when you got it going, you got it going. And I'm not gonna change anything with them.
Hey, we'll get to this weekend, but it's going to be a warm week. Hopefully, maybe by this weekend, it's supposed to cool off a little bit, but preparation this week and if you don't mind talking about that, and then what's coming up.
Yeah, no, it's been a really low-key week. We had a really kind of low-key day on Monday, just kind of some short game stuff. We'll play 9 holes today. Just to kind of get out there and swing the club a little bit. Tomorrow and Friday, we'll do some stuff up by the pro shop, chip and putt, maybe work on some inside 60-yard stuff. But we don't want to physically drain them for the weekend, because the course that we're playing at Mohawk Country Club for the Heidelberg Invite, that course can jump up and get you really quick mentally and physically as well. It's a daunting course. So having them be as fresh as possible going into this weekend is going to be key. But again, I think that we're riding on some momentum that we really haven't experienced before, and I'm really excited to see how they perform this weekend.
When you mentioned daunting, what is daunting about it?
Mohawk Country Club's one of those where it just depends on how the course has played throughout the year. I played there a lot in high school, and we've played there the last 3 years. They can really make the greens fast. Not really receptive, rolling at about a 12 or a 13 on the stimp, and that can get, you might as well be putting on concrete to a certain extent. So depending on the course conditions, it can really mess with you mentally. You might not be able to go at pins that are in the back of the green because you've got to land them short and just let them roll on. So really kind of coming at it from a strategic standpoint is what we're looking at. And, it can be a longer course. It's not a course that's really designed for 5,800 yards. So we may be playing it a little bit longer at a little higher par. But it's kind of a wait and see. But normally the physical conditions of the course, they can provide some mental issues for you.
Yeah. So really this week you're talking about both then, mental and physical.
Yeah, and that's where the Elks has really sped up this last few weeks, just with how dry it's been and everything. So I think we might have a little bit of an advantage in the fact that we're experiencing that right now. But again, it's a really nice course, so it's just kind of a wait and see.
Hey, by the way, if it is with the maybe concrete greens, as you say, is that smooth concrete or is that rough concrete?
No, it's smooth concrete, but when you've got, you're trying to make a little 6-foot slider that may have 1.5 feet, 2 feet of break, it gets slippery real fast. So I think they can handle it, though.
So if I see you guys out here putting on the sidewalks, we kind of know what you're doing.
You know exactly why. Yeah, it'll make sense.
Let's talk about the men and their weekend.
Yeah, they had a rough go of it this past weekend. I'm proud of what we took 2 teams. And I'm proud of a few of them for how they performed. They were kind of struggling the week leading up. But our A team, they know that they didn't perform to their highest abilities. It was a tougher course. The greens were faster. It was tree lined. The fairways were a little bit tighter. But at the end of the day, they know what their talents are and they know what the expectations are, and we just we didn't perform this weekend. Now they know their games well enough to know what they need to improve on. So this weekend is another challenging tournament up at Adrian. A lot of regionally ranked teams. It's a really strong field at a really tough course. So they know what's at stake this weekend, and they know what they have ahead of them. So they got their work cut out for them. But I'm confident in their abilities and confident in their talent and their mental wherewithal to be able to rebound this weekend and perform strong.
As a head coach, how do you approach them when they don't have a good tournament, just to try to make sure, because I'm sure you sometimes write a fine line on that, the mental side, as you mentioned, for the women, and still try to keep them on a positive side? Yeah,
it's reminding them what got them here. We kind of talked about, last year we made some serious strides, and I don't think it was a fluke. They know what their talents are. They know how good they are. It's just a matter about making the right decisions on the golf course from a mental standpoint. Last week's course probably didn't require too many drivers, and I think that we missed way too many fairways for not having to use driver too much. I also think that putting, we missed way too many putts inside 6-7 feet that were for birdie and par. So when you add those up, the big numbers were a little less this past weekend than they were at Transy, which was good. We weren't letting the big numbers creep up and kind of define the round, but in the same sense, we weren't giving ourselves too many birdie opportunities with being off the fairway and having to hit some awkward shots. So it's reminding them of how good they are, how good we know as a coaching staff that they are. And just taking that confidence into the weekend.
When you play a tournament like you'll play this weekend, when there are ranked teams there, do you feel that your team rises to that occasion, or is it some teams may get a little bit intimidated by it, playing some of those teams?
We frame it as we're not playing against the teams, we're playing against the course. We've got a sign down in our golf studio that says we have to control the controllables. Our sport is different than basketball and baseball, where you can affect how the other team plays. We can't affect how the other team plays. We have to go out, we have to handle our business, and we have to beat the course. We don't have to beat the players. If we go out and we shoot a school record, but somebody else beats us, great. We played the best that we've ever done. It just so happens that somebody else was playing better that weekend, and that's golf, and that may be a little bit, of the frustrating side on the mental side to know, okay, we did the best that we could, but we're still not beating teams. That's just the name of the game. It's continuously improving is what we're trying to do. And so, yeah, it's tough to, when you've got your Kalamazoo's and your Kenyans and your Adrians that are up there that are pretty strong teams in the region. So are we. So now it's just a matter of who can beat the course and who can play better on that course on that given day, and that's how we try to have our mental approach each weekend.
This course itself, is your team accustomed to playing in this kind of course, or is it going to be a little bit tougher this week?
We played there last year. Not really sure. So we struggled there last year. Not really sure if it was the course or if it was the fact that was our first tournament of the fall, because we were supposed to play the weekend before last year. It got rained out. So not sure if our scores were reflective on the fact that was just the first weekend or if it was the course. Our guys know that they're probably the largest greens that we're going to play. They're probably some of the more undulating greens that we're going to play. But with that being said, we still should be able to hit it inside 15, 20 feet every time. Just because they're bigger greens doesn't mean that we have to spray it farther away from the pin, and our proximity to the hole shouldn't be the same as what it would be at an Elks or another course that we play. So I think that they are hungry to get out there and kind of get some revenge on the course. They gave them some fits last year. So again, we'll see. They're confident in their abilities, and they've at least seen the course before, which is always a plus.
And for you, you're anxious to get out there and see that they rebound as well.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to. You always want your guys to play better day 2 than day 1. You never want to see them regress. So at the end of the day, if we're getting better each and every day, if we're winning the day and we're winning the weekend, then that's all you can ask for as a coach.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. Here for the second half of this matchup between the Quakers and the Pioneers. We are a few minutes away from the second half. We're just going to go over the stats from the first half. And as I said before, if you want to go check out the live stats, just go to goearlham.com. And it's a 0-0 game. Going to the Marietta side, they've had 4 shots, and 3 of the shots came in the final 3 minutes of the first half. 1 shot on goal, 2 saves, and 1 corner kick, and committed 5 fouls. Now, going to the stats for the Quakers, 4 shots in the first half, 2 shots on goal, 1 save, 2 corner kicks, 1 offsides call, and 5 fouls committed to them as well. So just like we talked about in the first half, defensive team is the Pioneers, and they have shown that so far in today's matchup, as the Quakers came in averaging 16 shots a game and have only gotten 4 shots off in this matchup and 2 shots on goal. So it has been a defensive battle, and the team that will have the best shot at winning the game will have to capitalize on opportunities that present themselves. It doesn't look like each team will get that many shots in the second half the way both teams are playing defense. So when a shot does come up for each team, whoever takes advantage of the opportunity will have a much better shot of winning this game. As the Earlham Quakers come out of the locker room, we are a minute and a half away from the start of the second half. When we come back, the second half will be underway. Still 0-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, and we will be back in just a few moments.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto and business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Hey, if you're looking for a great place to dine, how about Little Sheba's? Come join them in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue and grab one of their gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and more in their smoke-free environment. You can get a 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. For more information about Little Sheba's, give them a call at 962-2999. Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com. New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. We are set to get the second half underway as both teams have come out onto the field. For the Quakers, it looks like they are going back with the starters, except Braven McCree will start the second half on the sideline, and Emma Jones will stay into the matchup. And for the Pioneers, Callie Heft will stay into the game as she will start the second half. She did not start the first half, but she will get the start for the second half. And the Pioneers will have the kickoff to start the second half. 45 minutes on the clock. And as soon as the referee blows the whistle, we will have this second half underway. And Callie Heft will pass it back to number 30, Balizé, and she is also getting the start in this second half. Ball on the Quaker side of the field. Balizé will pass it ahead to Moise, and the ball will bounce to Mel Johnson, the goalkeeper, and she will make her first grab to start the second half, and her kick off of Moise at midfield. Haley Beal will pass it ahead to Jordan Blackburn. Aaron Welsh will pass it ahead to Blackburn, now on the Pioneer side of the field. Beal approaching the box of the Pioneers. Tess Cunningham will pass it. Jennifer Dewyer is there. Balizé will kick it away from the box, and it will sail out of bounds. And a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Dewyer will throw it in. 44 minutes remaining in the second half. Yulie Spade will pass it ahead, looking for Beal, but it sails over her head. Jordan Blackburn is there, trying to look for Beal. But Augustiniak is there, and a foul called against the Quakers. So it will be a kick coming for the Pioneers. And number 23, Augustiniak, will do the honors for the Pioneers. She will pass it to number 15, Alyssa Leonard. Leonard will pass it ahead to Jordan Stewart, who tries to find number 8, Kelsey Carver, but it will roll out of bounds, and Jennifer Dewyer will throw it in for the Quakers. Looking for Hannah Wallhauser, but it ends up with Leonard, and Kelsey Carver will dribble it into the Quaker territory, and it will roll out of bounds off of Carver, and Dewyer will have another throw-in. Dewyer looking for Wallhauser again, and she comes up with it, and actually a foul called against the Quakers as Wallhauser was called with the push. So 42-45 remaining in the second half of play. Alyssa Leonard will do the honors for the Pioneers. She will pass it looking for Balizé, but Haley Beal is there for the Quakers. She will pass it ahead to Blackburn into the Pioneer territory. Wallhauser is there, but gets cut off by Leonard. Wallhauser ends up with possession, and she will pass it back to Dewyer near the midfield line. Dewyer doing a little bit of dribbling will pass it to Cunningham. Back to Yulie Spade in the midfield circle. It is on the Pioneer side of the field. Dewyer will pass it ahead, was looking for Wallhauser, and Wallhauser gets tripped. And the referee does blow the whistle. So there is a foul called against the Pioneers. I'd say maybe about 5 feet away from the 18. Tess Cunningham will do the honors for the Quakers. 41-40 remaining in the first half. Tess Cunningham with the kick. And it bounces off Leonard. And it would be kicked out to midfield. Emma Jones in a foot race with number 19, Kayla Tomlin. Tomlin is there inside the box, and her shot will sail far left. And it will be scooped up by Mel Johnson. 41-10 remaining in the first half. Mel Johnson's kick will sail past midfield. Bounces off of Augustiniak's head. Jordan Blackburn's header will bounce off Augustiniak again. France Moyes will dribble it on to the Quaker side of the field. Callie Heft in the foot race with Emma Jones approaching the box. Callie Heft will have the ball taken from her by Jones. Haley Beal will kick it out, but cut off by number 9, Embry Roberts, and her pass in a foot race with Dewyer and Carver. And Dewyer will kick it in between straight to number 3, Jenna Hay. Number 6, Jordan Stewart, comes away with possession, and she will pass it out to number 15, Alyssa Leonard. Leonard trying to find Carver and will knock down Jennifer Dewyer. Dewyer gets up and catches Carver outside the box, and her pass will be off of Heft in a battle with Jones near the 6, and her shot will be caught and also out of play. And actually, the referee said Mel Johnson was in play when she caught it and landed out of bounds, so it will be a corner kick coming up for the Pioneers. 39-50 remaining in the second half. Number 8, Kelsey Carver, will do the corner kick for the Pioneers, and her kick will sail off of the outside part of the goal, and it will be out of bounds, and a goal kick coming up for Mel Johnson and the Quakers, her first goal kick in this second half. 39-25 remaining. She will pass it to Dewyer, who will pass it to Kaylee Hall. Tess Cunningham will pass it back to Jennifer Dewyer, does a little bit of dribbling up the left side of the field, and she will pass to Wallhauser. And number 6, Jordan Stewart, will kick it out of bounds. So a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Jennifer Dewyer will throw it in. Dewyer throw will be bounced off the head of Stewart. Will be out of bounds again, so another throw-in. Stewart once again intercepts the throw-in. Kaylee Hall's kick was off the head of Stewart. Tess Cunningham trying to come away with it. Kelsey Carver will pass it up to France Moyes, and she will pass it or kick it far ahead, and Mel Johnson will come out and grab the ball. Alyssa Leonard. Ball is on the Quaker side of the field. Jennifer Dewyer will give it to Yuli Spade. France Moyes ends up with the rock and will pass it to number 9, Embry Roberts. The ball is on the Quaker side of the field. The header from Kaylee Hall. Haley Beal and France Moyes in a possession battle. Moyes will pass it out to Alyssa Leonard. Leonard passes it to Kelsey Carver, nearing the corner on the Quaker side of the field. Dribbling in front of Jennifer Dewyer, approaching the 18. The slide tackle from Dewyer pays off as Carver was the last one to touch it, and the ball will sail out of bounds, and another goal kick coming up for the Quakers. Mel Johnson will pass it up to Jennifer Dewyer. Jordan Blackburn for the Quakers will find Haley Beal. Beal will pass it back to Emma Jones. And Jones will pass it across to Aaron Welsh. Ball is on the Quaker side of the field. Yuli Spade will pass it up to Jenna Hay. Jordan Blackburn is there for the Quakers. Augustiniak will kick it back to the Quakers side of the field. Aaron Welsh is there. And Callie Heft comes away with the possession, but will kick it out of bounds. And a throw-in is coming in for the Quakers. Aaron Welsh will throw it in for Earlham. 36:40 remaining in the second half. Jenna Hay will pass to Hannah Wallhauser on the Pioneer side of the field. And Leonard will come away with the possession. She will give it to number 19, Kayla Tomlin. France Moyes will get the foul called on her as she trips Blackburn. So a foul against the Pioneers, and a kick will come up for the Quakers. Approaching 36 minutes remaining in this second half. Still scoreless. Emma Jones will kick it for the Quakers. And her kick off of Stewart. And Jenna Hay will be called for the foul against Earlham. So the Pioneers will have the kick. Augustiniak will kick it for the Pioneers. Augustiniak will pass it to Alyssa Leonard. Leonard will dribble near the midfield line and pass it up to Carver. Carver dribbling between Beal and Dewyer. The ball enters the 18, and Kaylee Hall will kick it out of bounds. So a throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. 35 minutes remaining in the second half. Dewyer will intercept the throw-in and will pass it ahead to Jenna Hay. But the referee said the ball went out of bounds before Hay could get to it. So a throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. Kelsey Carver will throw it in. Ball will be kicked out of bounds once again. And the throw-in this time will come from the Quakers. Jennifer Dewyer will throw it in, looking for Hannah Wallhauser off the head of Carver. Carver will pass it ahead to Callie Heft, but taken away by Yuli Spade. Spade will kick it ahead right to the goalkeeper, Conkle, who comes out. Conkle will pass to Augustiniak, who will pass it ahead to number 9, Embry Roberts. Roberts will dribble to the midfield line onto the Quaker side of the field. And the kick from the Pioneers will go into the 18 and out of bounds. And a goal kick coming for the Quakers. 33:45 remaining in this second half. Mel Johnson will pass it out to Jennifer Dewyer. Dewyer will pass it to Haley Beal. Jenna Hay is there. And she will pass it to Hannah Wallhauser, who crosses the midfield and will pass it ahead looking for Blackburn, but Roberts is there for the Pioneers, and she will pass it to Alyssa Leonard. Leonard will pass it to Balizé. Referee blows the whistle. Fouls against the Earlham Quakers, so a kick coming up for the Pioneers. 33 minutes remaining in this second half. Augustiniak will once again do the honors for the Pioneers on the Quaker side of the field. Augustiniak with the kick. And looking to pass to Callie Heft, but goes over her head and out of bounds. And another goal kick will be coming up for Mel Johnson and the Quakers. 32 minutes remaining in this second half. Mel Johnson will pass it out to Aaron Welsh. Welsh will pass it up to Jordan Blackburn. Embry Roberts will cut off the pass, and it will go out of bounds. And the referee said it was last touched by the Pioneers, so a throw-in coming up for the Quakers. Aaron Welsh will throw it in. Off of Wallhauser. Haley Beal is there for the Quakers. Trying to get by Stewart, and she does. Tess Cunningham will pass it ahead. And no call on the play as Blackburn was tripped up by the Pioneers. Jordan Stewart will pass it to Carver, who will kick it far ahead into the Quaker territory. Kaylee Hall will kick it high in the air. And number 19, Tomlin, is there for the Pioneers, just outside the 18, trying to get by Kaylee Hall. Carver's kick goes off the hand of Dewyer, I believe. A handball was called, so a kick coming up for the Pioneers, about 4 feet outside of the 18. Kelsey Carver will kick it for the Pioneers. 30:55 remaining in the second half. Kelsey Carver's kick will be caught by the goalkeeper, Mel Johnson. Nice catch from Johnson. Johnson's kick is short, right to Kelsey Carver of the Pioneers. She will pass it to Balize, who will find Tomlin inside the 18. Tomlin's shot is saved by the goalkeeper, Johnson. Nice save by the freshman. Johnson's kick will bounce off of Moyce at midfield. Roberts is there for the Pioneers, and she will kick it back to her goalkeeper, Conkle, who will kick it out to Stewart. Tess Cunningham is there. Alyssa Leonard will pass it. Augustiniak is there for the Pioneers, who will kick it upfield. Jennifer Dewyer is there for the Quakers, who will pass it to Jenna Hay. Hay's kick will go to Augustiniak of the Pioneers, who will once again kick it upfield off of Kaylee Hall. Jenna Hay will pass it to Hannah Wallhauser. Hannah will pass it back to Yulie Spade, who will pass it back to Emma Jones. On the Quakers side of the field, Aaron Welsh is looking for Spade, but cut off by France Moyes. Emma Jones running for the ball. Also number 12 for the Pioneers, Jasmine Hauser. Ball will be kicked out of bounds, and a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Aaron Welsh will throw it in. 29 minutes remaining in this second half. The throw in to Cunningham. Aaron Welsh will pass it upfield, but cut off by Roberts. Cunningham is there for the Quakers. She will pass it back to Welsh. Blackburn will pass it ahead to Haley Beal at the midfield circle, but France Moyce is there for the Pioneers. She will dribble, trying to get by Spade, and she does. France Moyes will pass it up to number 30, Balize, approaching the 18, but her kick will be cut off, and Mel Johnson is there for the Quakers, so she comes out to retrieve the ball. 28 minutes remaining in this second half. Ball off of Blackburn. Pioneers have possession. Still on the Quakers side of the field. Jordan Stewart will pass it to Kelsey Carver. Callie Heft looking to try to get it back to Carver, and she will kick it out of bounds. Ball goes off of the Pioneers, I believe. But a few substitutions coming in for the Pioneers. Number 7, Kate Dries coming in. 17, Mackenzie Dorr. Number 16, Joey Lawwill is in the game as well. And number 20, Chloe Williams will check back into the matchup. 27-15 remaining in this second half. On the Quaker side of the field, a throw-in for the Quakers. And a substitution for your Quakers as number 19, Sam Sendrowski, will come in for number 13, Yuli Spade. It is the Quaker ball as Jennifer Dewyer will throw it in. Jenna Hay. Ball bounces right in front of Blackburn, across the midfield, looking for Wallhauser, but it will go out of bounds. And a throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. Leonard throws it into Dries, but cut off by Wallhauser. Wallhauser will pass it ahead to Jenna Hay, but cut off by number 9, Embry Roberts. Franz Moyes at the midfield line, trying to get by Haley Beal, will pass it ahead, was looking for Williams, but it will roll to Mel Johnson, the goalkeeper, and she will roll it ahead to number 19, Sam Sendrowski. Franz Moyes is there for the Pioneers. Pioneers approaching the 18, but a nice defensive play by Emma Jones. Jordan Stewart for the Pioneers will pass it back to Augustiniak. On the Quaker side of the field, Haley Beal intercepts the pass. Beal passes it up ahead, looking for Hay, but over her head, and Embry Roberts is there, and she will kick it out of bounds. And a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. A few more substitutions for the Quakers. Number 26, Eva Lyon, will come in for number 17, Jordan Blackburn. And number 8, Nicole Burkett, will come into the matchup for number 3, Jenna Hay, as she will take a seat. Eva Lyon back into the game. The throw-in from the Quakers. Tess Cunningham. And actually there is a foul called against the Quakers. And the Pioneers will have the kick. Under 25 minutes remaining in this second half. Still looking for our first score. Augustiniak will pass it ahead to number 9, Roberts. Roberts on the Pioneer side of the field will pass it ahead to 19, Tomlin. France Moyes will pass it. Emma Jones is there for the Quakers. Aaron Welsh will kick it. Embry Roberts will hit it out of bounds on the throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Welsh's throw off of Wallhauser. Roberts will kick it high in the sky. Bounces on the Quakers side of the field. Emma Jones will kick it, and Sam Sendrowski will kick it back up ahead. It bounces at the midfield line off the head of Wallhauser, but Augustiniak will kick it back to the Quakers side of the field. Dorr in a possession battle with Cunningham. She will pass it back to Roberts. At the midfield line, Eva Lyon tries to cut off Stewart. Nice play from Stewart as she passes it ahead to number 16. Nicole Burkett will pass it ahead looking for the line, but a nice play by Alyssa Leonard. Augustiniak. Hannah Wallhauser is entering the 18 and was looking for line, and her shot is in for the goal. Another goal by the freshman, Eva Lyon. And the Quakers get the first goal in today's matchup. Once again by the freshman, Eva Lyon. And the Quakers get on the board. 22:57 remaining in the first half. A beautiful pass by Hannah Wallhauser, as it looked like she was going to take the shot, but she saw a line, and she was right in front of the goal with nobody in front of her. She makes the pass, and Lyon has the easy shot and capitalizes. Just like we talked about at halftime. Whoever capitalizes on the opportunities will have a better shot at winning this game. The kickoff from the Pioneers. Williams into the Quaker territory. Nice defensive play from Tess Cunningham. Eva Lyon will pass it back to Dewyer. Dewey in a possession battle with Williams. Kaylee Hall will kick it out of bounds. Eva Line with the goal. The freshman out of Dayton, Ohio, went to Miami Valley School. Miami Valley High School. Leonard will pass it ahead to Jordan Stewart. Stewart's pass to Williams. She's approaching the 18 in a battle with Kaylee Hall. And Kaylee Hall wins that possession battle as she gets the ball, dribbles it up, and passes it ahead to Lyon. Lyon will get past Leonard, and she dribbles it to midfield. Lyon's kick is cut off by Roberts, and she will pass it up to number 7, Kate Dries. Dries pass ahead to number 27, Gracie Tate, but she was offsides, and the refs will call that. Kaylee Hall will kick it for the Quakers, and her kick right to Wallhauser off her head. Dries and Lyon in a foot race, and Dries will kick it out of bounds. So a throw-in coming in for the Quakers, a quick substitution. And actually, it is the mid-half timeout. And as I mentioned in the first half, it is a rule when there is a specific temperature, each team will get a mid-half timeout. So with 21:11 remaining in this second half, Earlham leads it 1-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. And we will be right back.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. The mid-half timeout is over. 21-21 remaining in this second half. Earlham leads 1-0 off the goal from Eva Lyon, the freshman out of Dayton, Ohio. It will be a throw-in coming up for the Quakers. 21-21 remaining. Jennifer Dewey will throw it in for the Quakers. No new substitutions for the Quakers. And her throw-in looking for Yana Miller. And Yana Miller pushes the girl down and immediately picks up the foul. Alyssa Leonard will kick it for the Pioneers right to Dorr. Jordan Stewart will pass it up to Embry Roberts. Roberts' pass is cut off by Nicole Burkett. And a foul will be called on the Quakers. And actually the ref is pulling out the yellow card. So Nicole Burkett picks up a yellow card. And the kick will be coming for the Pioneers. Again, yellow card given to Nicole Burkett. Refs talking with each other right now before the game resumes. It will be a kick by the Pioneers, and Augustiniak will kick it for the Pioneers. 20:47 remaining in this second half. 1-0 lead for the Quakers. The ref, once he blows the whistle, we will resume action. The Quakers this weekend will be on the road. Their next home game will be next Saturday. Augustiniak's kick off of Emma Jones on the Quakers side of the field. Haley Beal comes up with it, and she will pass it ahead looking for Burkett. And Embry Roberts will cut off the pass, but it does go out of bounds, and a throw-in will come up for the Quakers. Aaron Welsh will throw it in. Welsh's throw-in off of Miller. Miller looking ahead for Burkett, but Embry Roberts is there. Ball goes out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up for the Quakers. Aaron Welsh will throw it in, but bounced off of Jordan Stewart. Gracie Tate for the Pioneers will pass it ahead, looking for Callie Heff. Kaylee Hall beats her to the ball and will pass it to Jennifer Dewyer, who passes it back to Emma Jones. Jones will pass it to Haley Beal. Beal gets double teamed and actually shoulder checks number 16, Joey Lawwill. Ball will be kicked out by the Pioneers. And a throw-in coming up for the Quakers. Aaron Welsh will throw it in. Burkett. Ball will be kicked away by Lawwill. Lyon and Leonard crash into each other, and the foul will go against Leonard of the Pioneers. So the kick coming up for the Quakers. Kaylee Hall will kick it off for the Quakers. 19 minutes remaining in this second half. Hall will pass it to Jennifer Dewyer, who will dribble up ahead, looking for Yana Miller. But the goalkeeper, Conkle, will come out, and Yana Miller will crash in to the goalkeeper, Conkle, and Yana Miller receives a yellow card for that, and Conkle is a little slow to get up. So back-to-back yellow cards for the Quakers. 2 yellow cards picked up within a few minutes since the midway timeout. Injury timeout. Checking if Conkle is okay. And she is given the indication that she is okay. And right now, the head coach, Kagan, for the Pioneers is talking with the head ref. He did not like that his goalkeeper was run over by Yana Miller. So that's why we haven't resumed action. Once that referee blows the whistle, action will resume. So like I said, 2 yellow cards picked up by the Quakers in the past few minutes. 1 on Nicole Burkett and 1 on Yana Miller. This will be a kick from Augustiniak and the Pioneers. The ref blows the whistle and play does resume. Augustiniak's kick will be off number 27, Gracie Tate. It is on the Quakers side of the field. Aaron Welsh will pass it to Haley Beal. Haley Beal's ball pass intercepted by Mackenzie Dorr. Jennifer Dewyer is there for the Quakers. Ball will roll out of bounds, and a throw-in by Dewyer. Looking for Lyon off of her head. Alyssa Leonard is there, but it goes out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up for the Quakers. 18-15 remaining in this second half. Dewey's throw to Burkett goes off the head of 18, Natalie Baker. Tess Cunningham will take the shot, and it ends up going into the goal over the head of Cockle, and the goal from Tess Cunningham extends the lead 2-0 for the Quakers. That was a far shot by Cunningham, but it was kicked just high enough out of the reach of the goalkeeper Conkle, and Earlham will take a 2-0 lead with 18:01 remaining in this second half. What a shot by the freshman Cunningham out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Few substitutions for the Pioneers. Number 8, Kelsey Carver, checks back into the game. Number 30, Emma Balizé, she comes back into the matchup. Number 12, Jasmine Hauser, she checks back into the game. Number 28, Emma Thomas, is also back into the matchup. Ball will go off of Dewyer, and a throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. A 2-0 lead with 17:45 remaining in this second half. Thomas for the Pioneers has the ball taken from her by Haley Beal. Yana Miller will pass it to Eva Lyon. Lyon was looking for Haley Beal, but the pass a little far and cut off by Embry Roberts. At the midfield line, Roberts passed to number 30, Emma Balizé. Dewyer and number 28, Thomas, collide with each other, and the foul goes against the Quakers, so the kick for the Pioneers will come up. August Eniak. 17 minutes remaining in this second half. The kick from August Eniak coming up, and her kick will bounce in front of Mel Johnson, but actually the referee called a foul on the goalkeeper against Johnson, and I do believe that foul was inside the box, so I think a penalty kick is coming up for the Pioneers. Number 5, France Moyes, will have a penalty kick for the Pioneers, a chance to get Marietta back into this ball game. Number 5, France Moyes. Her penalty kick is past Mel Johnson, and it is good for the goal for the Pioneers. So the Pioneers get on the board with 16:40 remaining in this second half. 2-1 lead for the Quakers. The Quakers shot themselves in the foot that last possession. The foul picked up inside the box resulted in the penalty kick. And the goal by the Pioneers. The Marietta is right back into this game. Trails 2-1 with 16:40 remaining in this second half. Sandrowski will pass it back to Kaylee Hall off of Callie Heft in a foot race. Callie Heft and Kaylee Hall in a foot race. The kick from Heft off of Sandrowski. And the referee actually called a foul against the Pioneers. So a kick coming up for the Quakers. Mel Johnson will kick it for the Quakers. Approaching 16 minutes remaining in this second half. Short kick by Johnson off of Carver, right back to Johnson. Mel Johnson with the kick. It is a good one, high past the midfield line. Yana Miller is there for the Quakers. Jordan Stewart is there for the Pioneers. And another foul called against Yana Miller. Augustiniak will kick it for the Pioneers. 15:30 remaining in this second half. Augustiniak with the kick. Off of Sandrowski. Haley Beal with the header. France Moyes is there for the Pioneers, but nice defensive play by Beal. And kicked out of bounds by the Pioneers. A throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Substitution for the Quakers. Yana Miller will come out. And number 9, Hannah Wallhauser, will check back in. The throw-in from Welsh. Also in the game for the Quakers Number 24, Emma Bissard. Bissard seeing her first action in today's matchup. Ball is out of bounds. And a throw-in coming up for the Quakers. 14:20 remaining in this second half. 2-1 lead for the Quakers. Throw-in off of Wallhauser, and it will be kicked out of bounds by Wallhauser. So a throw-in coming up for the Pioneers. The throw-in by Hauser right to France Moyes. The Pioneers approaching. France Moyes will pass it back to Hauser. And Hauser's pass looking for heft. Emma Jones in a foot race. And a foul called on the play on number 18, Baker. And actually she picked up a yellow card. So the first yellow card for the Pioneers, as everybody we've seen in the past couple of minutes, this game has been getting a lot more physical. 3 yellow cards since the midway timeout. Goal kick coming up for the Quakers. Johnson's kick off of Baker. Tess Cunningham is there for the Quakers, and she will pass it to Dewyer. Dewyer passes ahead, looking for Wallhauser in a foot race with Augustiniak. Off of Wallhauser, the ball will go out of bounds, and a throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. 13:25 remaining in this second half. Number 6, Jordan Stewart, will throw it in for the Pioneers. Number 28, Thomas, dribbling, will pass it ahead, but cut off by Aaron Welsh, who will pass it to Bissard. And Bissard's pass is cut off by number 9, Embry Roberts. And Roberts' kick will go out of bounds. So a throw-in coming in for the Quakers. A couple of substitutions first. Number 13, Yuli Spade will check in for number 19, Sam Sandrowski. And number 19, Kayla Tomlin, will come in for number 30, Emma Balizet of the Pioneers. So 12:35 remaining in this second half. Aaron Welsh will throw it in for the Quakers. And her throw-in off the head of the Pioneers. Yuli Spade is there for the Quakers. Kaylee Hall will pass it up ahead to Wallhauser. Roberts' kick will sail out of bounds. A throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Emma Bissard will throw it in. Actually, Bissard will pass it to Welsh, and Welsh will do the honors of throwing it in for the Quakers. Another substitution. Number 3, Jenna Hay will come in for the Quakers, and number 26, Eva Lyon, will check out. Under 12 minutes remaining in this second half. Aaron Welsh's throw-in off of France Moyes of the Pioneers. Ball goes out of bounds off of the Quakers, so a throw-in coming up for the Pioneers. The throw-in to Thomas is cut off by Bissard. Baker is there for the Pioneers in a possession battle with Bissard. And a foul on the play against Bissard and the Quakers, so a kick coming up for the Pioneers. 11.5 minutes remaining in this second half. Augustiniak will kick it for the Pioneers off of Emma Jones in Quaker territory. Aaron Welsh will pass it ahead off of Beal, and it will whirl out of bounds, and a throw-in coming in for the Pioneers. Thomas is there, but the ball taken from her by Yuli Spade. Off of Bissard, Haley Beal will pass it up to Hannah Wallhauser past the midfield line, and Wallhauser's kick will go up to Conkle, and Conkle will pass it out to Kelsey Carver of the Pioneers, who dribbles ahead looking for number 5, France Moyes, in a foot race with Kaylee Hall. France Moyes and Kaylee Hall in a possession battle. Kaylee Hall wins it, and she will kick it out of bounds, and the throw-in for the Pioneers. Carver will throw it in right to Thomas. Thomas approaching the 18, but nice defensive play by Dewyer. Tess Cunningham will pass it, but cut off by Carver outside the 18 of the Quakers. Dewyer will cut off Carver. Emma Jones will kick it out to midfield. Augustiniak is there for the Pioneers. Augustiniak dribbling. France Moise for the Pioneers gets double teamed. Jennifer Dewyer is there, but Kelsey Carver is there as well. France Moise is there, approaching the 18 for the Pioneers. Her pass to Callie Heft gets cut off by Haley Beal, but Heft still with possession. She will pass it to Baker, and Baker's kick will sail far left of the goal, and it will roll out of bounds. And a goal kick coming up for Mel Johnson and the Quakers. Mel Johnson will kick it for the Quakers. 9:25 remaining in this second half. 2-1 lead for the Quakers. Mel Johnson's kick is short, right off Carver. But Haley Beal is there, and she will dribble it near the midfield circle. Haley Beal will pass it ahead, looking for Bissar, but it bounces to Roberts of the Pioneers. Baker is there for the Pioneers. She will pass it back to Hauser. Ball will be kicked out of bounds, off of the Quakers, and a throw-in for the Pioneers will come up after this substitution. Number 28, Thomas, will come out of the game, and number 21, Amelia Thompson, will check back into the matchup. 8:30 remaining. The throw-in by the Pioneers to Baker. Ball is out of bounds. Called by the referee way before Heft and Kaylee Hall had their possession battle. The referee held up the flag a few minutes ago, so I do think it is Quaker possession. 8:09 remaining. It should be a Quaker throw-in. And it will be. Aaron Welsh will throw it in for the Quakers after this substitution. Emma Bissard will come out, and number 17, Jordan Blackburn, will check back in the matchup. Aaron Welsh will throw it in off of Blackburn at the midfield line. Haley Beal will pass it back to Welsh, who will kick it ahead near the midfield circle. Jenna Hay gets pushed by number 21 Thompson, who comes up with possession of the ball and will pass it to Kelsey Carver, who will dribble into the Quaker side of the field, trying to find France Moyes, but a nice defensive play by Jennifer Dewyer. Thompson for the Pioneers will pass it ahead to Augustiniak. Dribbling at midfield, will pass it up to Baker, and Baker will pass it back to Roberts. On the Quaker side of the field, Emma Jones comes up with possession, and Jones will pass it ahead looking for Jenna Hay, but Kelsey Carver is there for the Pioneers. Jenna Hay comes up with it for the Quakers and will pass it back to Jennifer Dewyer at the midfield line. Ball goes off of Blackburn right to Jordan Stewart. Augustiniak will pass it to Embry Roberts of the Pioneers. Ball is on the Pioneer side of the field. Ball goes out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up for the Pioneers. The throw-in by the Pioneers, cut off by Blackburn, which sails out of bounds once again, and another throw-in by the Pioneers. Ball goes off of Haley Beal's head, actually Aaron Welsh's head, goes out of bounds, throw-in for the Quakers, right to Wallhauser. Wallhauser's kick falls in front of Roberts of the Pioneers, who will pass it ahead to Jordan Stewart, but Jennifer Dewyer is there for the Quakers and cuts off the pass. No foul called on the play between Dewyer and Carver. Possession battle still going on. Embry Roberts comes up with it and will be double teamed by Wallhauser and Blackburn, and Roberts will kick it out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up for the Quakers. 5:50 remaining in this second half. Aaron Welsh is throwing. Bounces to Roberts, who will kick it out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for the Quakers. Aaron Welsh will throw it in. Looking for Blackburn. Bounces off her head. Ball kicked up in the air. And Jordan Stewart will kick it away from the 18. But Haley Beal is there. Actually, that was Kaylee Hall. And a foul called against the Quakers. So a kick coming up for the Pioneers. We are approaching 5 minutes. August Eniak will kick it for the Pioneers. Yulee Spade for the Quakers comes up with the in-possession battle with Callie Heft. And a foul called against Yulee Spade. So a kick coming for the Pioneers. France Moyes will pass it to Kelsey Carver. Carver approaching the 18. Will pass it ahead to France Moyes, trying to save it from going out of bounds. Kelsey Carver will take the shot. Actually, she was trying to pass it ahead to Baker. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a corner kick for the Pioneers. With 4.5 minutes remaining in the second half, corner kick coming up for the Pioneers. Number 18, Natalie Baker, will kick it for the Pioneers. 4 minutes remaining. Natalie Baker's kick is caught by the goalkeeper, Johnson. Nice grab by Johnson. Johnson's kick is off the head of Carver. A throw-in coming up for the Quakers. Jennifer Dewyer will throw it in. Looking for Jenna Hay off of the Pioneers. So another throw-in coming up for the Quakers. 3:18 remaining in this second half. Dewey's throw into Jenna Hay, cut off by Carver. It will go out of bounds once again. Dewey with another throw-in. Off the head of number 21, Thompson. Hannah Wallhauser comes up with possession. Approaching the 18, going to the corner. Ball goes out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up for the Quakers. 2:45 remaining in the matchup. Dewey's throw into Wallhauser. Possession battle between the two teams. Ball goes out of bounds. And a throw-in coming up for the Pioneers. Under 2:30. Pioneers trail by 1. On the Pioneer side of the field, Baker will pass it to Roberts. Roberts dribbling, trying to get by Jordan Blackburn. And both slide. No call on the play. Ball goes into the Quaker territory. Kaylee Hall will kick it out of bounds. So a throw-in coming up for the Pioneers. Heft will throw it in, looking for Tomlin, but kicked out by Kaylee Hall once again. So another throw-in coming in. We are at 1:50 remaining in the second half. Throw-in coming up for the Pioneers. The throw-in to Callie Heft. Battling with Yulee Spade. Ball goes out of bounds. Another throw-in. Hauser will throw it in for the Pioneers. Right to Tomlin. Haley Beal comes away with possession. And she will kick it out. Another throw-in coming up for the Pioneers. 1:15 remaining. Roberts will pass it ahead to Hauser. Hauser's kick will go out of bounds, and a goal kick coming up for the Quakers, and that should run some clock off. We are under a minute remaining in the game. Earlham leads 2-1. Johnson will pass it out to Dewyer, and Carver will kick it out of bounds. A throw-in coming in for the Quakers. 45 seconds remaining. Dewey's throw-in off of Carver. goes out of bounds, and another throw-in coming in for the Quakers. Approaching 30 seconds remaining in the game. Dewyer will throw it in off of Blackburn at the midfield line. 25 seconds remaining. Tess Cunningham will kick it ahead. Thompson will kick it out of bounds. 15 seconds remaining in the game. The referee is coming over. Referee coming back over to have us put 15 seconds on the clock. So 15 seconds flat remaining. Dewyer with the throw-in. Off of Carver, out of bounds once again. And that should run out the clock. We're at 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And that will end the game. The Quakers get their third straight win over the Marietta Pioneers. 2-1 on this Wednesday afternoon. The Quakers will improve to 4-1 on the season, and the Marietta College Pioneers will fall to 2-2. The Quakers' next game will be this Saturday at Principia College, and their next home game will be next Saturday versus Mount Mary College. The Marietta Pioneers will be at Oberlin this Saturday, and that will end today's matchup. Once again, Earlham takes it 2-1 and improves to 4-1 on this season, and Marietta Pioneers fall to 2-2. This has been Radio Troy broadcasting today's game between the Quakers and the Pioneers. I am Gerardo Byrne, and this has been Earlham College Soccer on RadioTroy.com. Everybody have a good night, and we will see you again in the future.